This clip is sponsored by Wash and Go, and that can only mean one thing. That's right, I'm surrounded by a sea of green. By now you should know that Wash and Go is the best way to look after your luscious locks. I mean, look at what it's done for mine. Fantastic. But you don't have to take my word for it. Just look at some of the 600 plus unreal reviews on their Amazon page. Linda from the United Kingdom says, well, it smells lush and leaves hair smelling fresh. Fantastic, Linda. Kindle customer JSB says, product arrived as advertised. Always very important. Always important to know that, Kindle customer JSB. And finally, my personal favourite, it's shampoo and it works for me. Absolutely fantastic there from Casey. It is indeed shampoo and also a conditioner. If you want to get your Wash and Go today, then hit the link in the description and get your bottle sent to you today. And remember, it's a shampoo and it works for me. Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to the United Stand. This is the latest Manchester United news as Manchester United grow increasingly confident that their next manager will be Mauricio Pochettino. We'll be talking about that. We'll also be talking about the return of Paul Pogba, although we spoke about that a little bit earlier. But no, a very interesting comment from Fabrizio Romano that I've seen today, that Manchester United in January were not only offered Kamara and Zakaria, they were also offered Alvarez and said no to all three because they're waiting for a new manager. What are your thoughts on that? So two big topics to get into tonight. Pochettino, the man that United want, and Pochettino, the man that they refused transfers, viable transfers for in January to wait. Interesting. We'll get into that. Also, just a couple of things for you as well. Ahmad starts for Rangers tonight. I'm doing a watch-along of the Old Firm, Celtic against Rangers. Ahmad watch-along. That's why we're a little bit early tonight. Links in the description, or just go to That's Football. We can continue the football chat there for an Ahmad watch-along in a very, very big game in Scotland. And also in the link in the video description, remember as mentioned earlier, a lot of people getting very confused, trial by social media around this Mason Greenwood thing, what's going on. I have uploaded a video on my channel, the investigation process. If you are not from the UK or you don't really understand what's going on, well worth a watch. It doesn't delve into the actual case of there, it just gives you a generic feel of how the investigation process works here, which you can apply to this and understand it. So the link's in the video description for that as well. Right, football matters. Let's hit this head on. Pochettino, Manchester United manager. We're seeing more and more stories about this. And this afternoon, is from the Disco Mirror, who is saying that Manchester United are increasingly confident of appointing Mauricio Pochettino as their next Manchester United manager. Sources in France have suggested that PSG have already made the decision to get rid of Pochettino at the end of the season. Richard Arnold, our new CEO, is keen on appointing the Argentine to replace Ralf Rangnick. Ajax boss Ten Hag is another name under consideration, but Pochettino is the favoured choice. Pochettino has a track record of developing young players and playing attractive football, which are key tenets of any Manchester United manager, and his experience of the Premier League has given him the edge over Ten Hag in the eyes of Manchester United's hierarchy, who know they must get the next managerial appointment right. I mean, there's quite a lot to dissect there before we talk about opinion, but Pochettino for me, Premier League experience, I don't care. Pep had no Premier League experience, and neither did Jurgen Klopp, and neither did Thomas Tuchel. So Premier League experience, to be honest with you, needs booting, over the post like it will do in the Six Nations at the weekend. It's irrelevant, absolutely irrelevant, but it is a failing that Manchester United have. I would file Premier League experience with DNA in the bin. It's irrelevant to me. I'm not interested in Premier League experience because United just seem to be obsessed with Premier League experience and DNA. And what's it done for us in the last 10 years? Oh, Premier League experience. Oh, we used to play for United. DNA, Premier League experience. No, I'm not interested in it. And what is Pochettino's Premier League experience? Winning nothing and getting sacked by Spurs. Like that. What experience is that? If he'd won 5 Premier League titles, I'd think, it might be worth something. But so that first point for me is an irrelevance. The second point I would say is about he develops youth and plays attractive football. Well, so does Ten Hag. And also, since when has attractive football been a requirement of Manchester United's recruitment policy? Mourinho played crap football, Van Gaal played crap football, Moyes played crap football, and Ollie played crap football. So let's not pretend that playing attractive football is the way. Developing youth is very important, which, there's plenty of people that have experience of that. So I just don't see... I'm not seeing anything at the moment that's making me go, ooh, Pochettino's the right man. And as for Richard Arnold being keen on appointing Mauricio Pochettino, are we not being lied to again already? were we not told a few weeks ago that Richard Arnold's going to stick his nose out of footballing matters, and yet only a few days version of Ed Woodward, it looks like we're getting an Aldi version of Ed Woodward again, doesn't it? Because Richard Arnold knows nothing about football either. He's a marketing guru. That's what he's all about. I like Pochettino. Yeah, I watched a match once. It was a Champions League game, and he was the manager of Spurs, and I felt sorry for him against Liverpool. So I've always liked him. I mean, just stick your nose out of footballing matters, mate. At the end of the day. So look, if we get Pochettino, I will give him a chance. But for me, this is not the appointment for Manchester United that I would be excited by. Glazers want him because he's used to board that will only ever give him the bare minimum, says Jimbo. Can I just applaud that? Well done, Jimbo. That was going to be my next point. Pochettino is very much used to working with boards that don't give him anything in relation to his Premier League experience. Remember, we've got to focus on his Premier League experience. Don't talk to me about his PSG thing, because that's not why he's getting the job. It's his Premier League experience. Well, at Spurs under Daniel Levy, you don't get much. So the reality is, in my opinion, Pochettino is the perfect manager for the Manchester United ownership of the Glazers, because you can almost see the hooks on his shoulders and elbows already to be a puppet. And I think that's and also, I think I've said this before, Pochettino is desperate for the Manchester United job. He's been desperate for it for years. And United love that. They absolutely love it. They love a manager that's desperate for the job, because when they're sorting their contract out, it's a piece of piss. It's basically, we're in charge of transfers. Yeah, you sure? You don't have to have the job. We don't need that. We don't need that. We need strong personalities who basically can put the board in the corner. And people will say, well, that doesn't exist. But it does exist. Klopp has control of the Liverpool board. Pep has control of the Man City board. All right, I would say at Chelsea, Tuchel does not have the control of the Chelsea board, because we know how volatile they can be in their pursuit of success. But no, I don't. I'm not confident about Pochettino, to be honest with you. I don't think he's the right man for the job, but I'm absolutely convinced that he's the favourite for the job, and I'm absolutely convinced that he's Manchester United's choice for the job. And they can talk about, let's make sure we get it right. How are they going to get it right when there's a rather large selection of Manchester United fans who, before he's even been appointed, do not think he's the right man? There'll be a lot of people going, oh no, he's good. And there'll be a lot of people like myself who will go, I don't think he's the right man, but I'll give him a chance. And I think everybody will give him a chance. But you think about the appointment of Mourinho, most people were excited, and look how it ended up. You think about Solskjaer, most people were excited, and look how it ended up. We've not Moyes, I think there were some people that were a little bit concerned, but were like, Sir Alex Ferguson's vouched for him, let's give him a chance. I just sense with Pochettino, there's already a large section of the fan base that don't want Pochettino. And that is not, this is where Manchester United go wrong, because it's that arrogance in a small selection of people against the biggest population of people, which is the fan base. They think they know best. And, at some point, somebody on that board has got to go, you know what? We really do need to start listening to the fans, because they are getting a lot of things right. And we keep going, we know best, and we keep getting it wrong. Example, Solskjaer, after Liverpool, every United fan, even the most staunch Solskjaer fan, was like, it's sad, but he's not the man for the job. What did we do after Liverpool? We played how many more Premier League games? 4? 3? Was it 4 or 3? And what did they keep doing? I mean, they all went and hid in a cave for the international break. We know best. He's the man. Shouting from the cave where they were hiding. He is the man. He is the saviour. He's the right man. He's done a cultural reset, and he is going to be the man. In the long term, he's going to be the man. And we know that. And we've had a meeting about it, and we're right. Ollie in. Ollie in. And then what happened? We came back and got stuffed by Watford, and they were like, yeah, we better sack him. Too many times, this board, under the Glazers, has been proven wrong by the fans, by you. And that shouldn't be the case. I would love a board where the fans can go, let's trust the board, like some clubs do. But we don't have a board like that. And yet again, if they go for Pochettino, which is a big if at this point, it is a big if. But if they do go for Pochettino, they're making the same mistake again. And unfortunately, this board consistently makes the same mistake again and again, because they don't want to listen, or they listen to the wrong people, or they're arrogant, or, they're only interested in what they think, which some people can be like. And appointing Pochettino would be them going, we're right. We're right, aren't we, Darren? We're right, aren't we, John? We're right, aren't we, Richard? we're right, aren't we, John? You know, and it's like, no, I don't think you are right, because I know a lot of United fans who will give Pochettino a chance, like myself, but are not. Goldbridge, that's the end of the clip. I'm sure you enjoyed it. In fact, I bet that's the best clip you've ever watched. So there's no reason not to subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss a clip again. In fact, smash a like on the video, because we all know only legends like videos, and you are all legends. So please smash a like on the video, and we will see you again on the next one. Thank you very much for watching, as always.